World Series winner, three-time Gold Glover, the great Eric Davis, who won the Clemente Award in 1997, joins us on Pregame Spread. Eric, nice to see you. Hey, talk about the event tonight and how fun it's going to be for you guys to all be together in the same space on the ballpark tonight.
Well, it's good to be here, guys. Actually, it started this morning with breakfast, and when you get all these guys around, all of the stories and the conversation starts to come out, and as we continue to talk, we get better and better. So it's been a great time. Everything that's going on tonight is going to be fabulous. Anytime you're around here for Roberto, everything is going to be fabulous, and it's always a great honor.
So of all those conversations with your colleagues and your contemporaries who remember their own careers differently, between Harold Reynolds talking about his stolen base title and Dave Stewart getting mad at you for the 1990 World Series, which one of those guys do you avoid the most?
Well, I don't avoid either one of them, because if they make the mistake, they can't blame the big dog. It ain't my fault if they made the mistake. Harold gonna always talk about his leads and stuff, but he never want to talk about when he got thrown out from first base by Bo or whoever threw him out from all the way in the right field wall, the left field wall. So he never talks about that. So if you kind of bring that up, then he'll kind of move away from that one.
Yeah, you're right. That is something he likes to avoid. Hey, something that we talk about a lot here, Eric, is comparing older players, retired players, to the guys who are playing right now. And for you, we hear your name a lot because people will say he's the next Eric Davis. Is there somebody playing the game now who, when you watch him, you think he reminds him of yourself?
I haven't watched a lot of them to really make that assumption. I think Broxton in Minnesota is probably the closest that I've watched over the few years, with just his side and his speed, his agility to throw, his base running, and his power. And if you look at his love for the game, that kind of exemplifies the way how I played and how hard I played. But you got to look at that young kid down in Seattle going 25 and 25 already at such a young age and stuff. So when you look at the talent that a lot of these guys have, and I'm just at all that it's a lot of these guys, and then hopefully you're going to have more guys that's going to come up and be able to show the combination of speed and power very soon. Yeah,
we see the Julio Rodriguez comps to your game a lot. Let me ask you this too, because it wasn't that long ago that you played at a super high level, but it felt like the game was so different then. You had the ability to hit for power and average. Why do you think that combination is so hard to find now?
Well, I just think it's a mindset from the players. I don't think the style or the game should dictate how you play. I came up in an era where it was part of who we were, and when you came up in the National League, you played on turf. You had to be able to run, and if you wanted to play in the lineup, you had to be able to put the bat on the ball. You had to be able to put the ball in play. I was just gifted enough to have more torque than a lot of guys, but it's a mindset. If you don't want to strike out, you're going to do everything that you can not to strike out. If you want to move the runner along, so players today have to get it in their mind on how they want to play.
When you won a World Series with the Reds in 1990, Eric, as people know, it was a wire-to-wire first-place finish, which is just amazing and the kind of thing you don't see in pro sports these days. For you, moving on from that team, was it hard not to compare every team you played with after that season to how good the 90 Reds were?
Not really, because actually we was the first National League team to do it, so there was nobody to compare to that to. But going from wire to wire, I think the best thing about that is people don't realize this is we had a lockout that spring. And we only got to play 15 games, and Lou Piniella was our manager that year. He came over the first time. And so it's something that we did as regulars that they don't do now. We actually played 9 innings the first game, and so we had to get ready quick. So that gave us a chance of being ready when the season started. So we came out of the gate, won our first 9, and everything else is history.
You know, back then, it wasn't a big deal that players were shifted defensively because it happened so infrequently. Now we've gotten to the point, as you know, where the shift is in play for almost every pitch. It's all going to change next year and kind of go back to a brand of baseball that you played. How do you feel about that? Are you okay with banning the shift, or were you all right when it existed?
I think the players offensively really dictate whether the shift works or whether it don't work, or whether you should keep it or whether you should not have it. If it's a man on second base and I got 3 infielders on the left side, that's a easy play. If you're talking about playing the game the way that you feel like you should play the game in order to win, but everything that we talk about now, whether the rules, the style, it comes down to the players. And if the players want to put the ball in play and they want to move the runners along, if they want to get back to bunting, those are the things that the players have to do. I don't think any manager is going to say, don't hit the ball over there or do this or do that. So to me, the players make the game, and the players have to be able to say, this is how we want to play.
Got it. Hey, I want to get your take on this, Eric, because we play this piece of video a lot. Watch your monitor here. Take me back to opening day. Mayor Mark Mallory yanks the ceremonial first pitch, and there's ED back there. What? What?
I get so many questions about that, and I told him I don't think he ever played Little League or nothing, because I've never seen a throw like that. After I talked to him, he told me that he practiced, and I was like, would you practice throwing left-handed or something? But I was mesmerized on where the ball went. He almost hit somebody in the on-deck circle, so that was probably the worst ones of all time. So.
Man, the best part about it is your reaction. It's like you look back, did that
I was
just
shocked.
happen?
But I couldn't believe opening day in front of 60,000 people he would do that.
Yeah.
That's why I was more shocked than anything.
Hey, let me hit you on a couple of quick food questions, because you are still beloved in the Queen City, of course, in Cincinnati. Hot plate questions for Eric Davis. Cincinnati Skyline Chili, yes or no?
No.
Oh, very firm on that. Best big league city to visit on the road for dining, for restaurants?
I would probably say between Atlanta and New York and Chicago. All of those three had different styles of food that I like to eat.
Got it. Last one. The 1990 Reds, full of big stars. Who was the worst tipper on the team?
Who was the worst tipper?
Yeah.
I would probably say Barry Larkin, because his hands was too short to get in his pockets.
ED, good to have you on the show, man. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the night tonight at Citi Field. Way to go.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Thank you.